Thank you, everyone. How about a round of applause to you, resilient bunch? Yeah? Well, awesome. So I don't actually have a conscience. It's just my mom speaks to me in my brain all the time, saying things like, you should wear a suit. You should write down what you say. So that's what I've done. I'm just going to say a few words here. Hopefully they land. If not, feel free to throw them out. So as Dr. Ward said, thank you all for having me. My name is Isaiah Jones. I'm the Parent Program Coordinator here at Utah State University, and I work for student orientation. And I'm super thankful to have the opportunity to chat with you all today. As Dr. Ward was saying, my role at the university is to serve students and their families. Thank you, sir. Means you've made it when they fix the mic when you're up. Thank you. But yeah, my role is to serve students and their families through programming, but also through providing resources like our parent orientation, our Spanish-speaking orientation, our info sessions, our A-Day, and what most of you are familiar with, our Connections program. I provide parents with these resources in order to help them, help you succeed here at USU. To put it simply, I help both you and your families become a part of our Aggie family. My work with families and their students is rewarding and exciting on a day-to-day basis, and the very essence of my position is service, which is great. I consider that one of the highest purposes, to serve others. And that being said, unless you've been living under a rock, which I'm sure most of us have, with all of the different protocols and social distancing and staying in our homes, we've experienced a lot of sort of system-wide disruption in every aspect of our lives. And you may have noticed that our world has forever changed. You know, one thing that I see a lot, especially with our Connections folks, is that when are things gonna get back to how they were? And the answer is kind of never. This is new. And it's really exciting in some ways, despite all the craziness going on, because you all get to sort of pave the way. And one of the things that I've been reflecting on these past 18 months or so is how do we prepare ourselves for that forever changed and changing world? And more specifically, the forever changed and changing world here at USU, or the world that USU is in. And as an Aggie family, how can we thrive academically, socially, and financially in this world? So I'm just gonna say three things here. The first is academics, and academically. I wanna encourage all of you to communicate with your advisors, as Dr. Ward was saying, and professors here at USU, but specifically at CHAS. We have some of the best instructors in the country. These are all things that I think will help us go forward in this new world. Take the time to get to know them, take the time to learn their background, figure out what they love. Some of my best friendships are folks who are sitting right here. Dr. Sanders, Dr. Gonzalez, Lauren Jones. But also, ask them directly how the course will help you become a learner and what our university calls a citizen scholar, right? Finding ways to learn both inside and outside of the Zoom or classroom, but in every aspect of your life. And every course that you'll take here at USU is oriented towards helping you discover how to learn. Don't get too attached to the content, right? You don't need to memorize all the presidents per se, but you may want to know how to code, how to figure out how to find them. The problems that surround us today, and I get this from Dr. Sanders, are problems that we can't figure out simply through Googling, right? It's like, how do I solve systemic racism? You'll find some answers, but most of them are going to need your minds to help get some answers. And if you think about all the social unrest that we've witnessed the last few months, you think about all the problems that are present to us today, and these problems, like I said, you can't solve on Google. Let USU be your arena, your lab, where you learn to grow as an Aggie family, a member of our Aggie community, to acquire the tools that you need to serve the world that you'll meet every single day of your lives. Second thing is socially, so academic, socially. Get involved at USU. One of the things that we learned at USU is before you can participate in the community, take care of the mentals. Figure out where your help and where your support are, right? So know where CAPS and our health center, our disability resource center, campus safety. If you don't have it already, downloading the Utah State and the Utah State Safe app, where you can learn about how to get sort of guidance to your room if you're late in the night. The point is, though, it's really hard to thrive here if you're not safe. So start figuring out what those things are. After that, my favorite website is the involvement page at involvement@usu.edu. But if you're off campus, make sure that you're plugged in through our student affairs website, that you follow all of our social media accounts so you know what's going on. That way you're not hanging out by yourself again. And also, along with that, make sure you get involved in undergrad research if you can. That's a way to help both socially, financially, and academically. And then don't forget about all of our opportunities that we have available at our King College of the Arts, theater, with arts, with music, but also our NEMA, so our museum here on campus, and of course, athletics, one of my favorites, clubs, and other involvement. The other thing that I would mention is kind of a pro tip here. One of the best ways to start building connections, actually, it's a best kept secret, is dining. Start going to the different dining halls, sit with someone random, open up a conversation. It's a really good way to do it. And then lastly, financially, I want to remind everyone, if you haven't already, go through Award Spring, start applying for scholarships, look for different Student Money Management Center here now, which is great. I bring up the finances piece because you have to pay for this, or someone has to pay for it. And so figuring out right off the bat, how can I stay at USU? And usually finances is a big part. Get on Aggie Handshake once you settle in and blow out your candles. Start to apply for part-time jobs. You can check out bikes for free, ride the campus shuttles. There's free resources at the library. I bring that up because you don't want to spend so much money that all of a sudden you find yourself not involved in the community again. My point, though, is I think these three areas are things that I noticed throughout the course of the pandemic, things that we know, but we kind of forget, but I think that they can really help us thrive here at USU. So my answer again is, how can we start to embrace this new world? It's pretty simple. Know where your help is, know how to thrive academically, socially, and financially. But also, I think that if you apply that and you acquire those tools, it'll help you better serve the world as an Aggie. And these three small steps that you can take now will have a major impact on our forever changed and changing world. And of course, the world needs Aggies. Thank you so much for having me.